Chapter 2. A Meeting of the Town Council. No matter what other business the town council had in hand, sooner or later the question came up, how to deal with Rizka. Time to root her out. Mr. Podskalny, the cloth merchant, usually wore a smile of contentment with the world in general, and himself in particular. When the subject was Rizka, his wattles turned crimson, his eyes popped, as if he'd sighted a barbarian horde of moths gorging on his best wool. She's an eyesore, a walking ragbag. She makes the town look shabby, and that's bad for business, especially the cloth trade. Pestilential, gypsy vixen. Come now, Podskalny, you go too far. Mayor Pumper shared the merchant's opinion, but they were old enemies, and the mayor had to disagree as a matter of principle. She's only half gypsy. And all round mutinous, insubordinate, rebellious. General Hatvan rapped his knuckles on the table. His moustache bristled like bayonets. He was the town's local hero, who once ventured as far as the capital, fought a war, befriended the king himself, and had come home to the pride of the citizenry. Court-martial, eh? Drummed out of town. Quick march. 1, 2, hop, hop. Whatever, so long as she goes. She's a threat to public order and municipal decency. The black-robed chief councilor Sharpnack also served as deputy mayor, treasurer, and town prosecutor. According to some opinion, he had the personal charm of a rat trap. Nevertheless, in his spare time, he was a pigeon fancier and showed surprising affection toward his rollers, fantails, and homing birds. He turned his dour glance on the little man at the end of the table. "What is it now, Fibbitch? Stop waving your arms like an insane windmill." Gentlemen, please. Some aspects must be considered." Mr. Fibbitch was town clerk, notary, archivist, and general administrative dog's body. The gnome-like clerk lived in a cubbyhole in the cellar of the town hall, surrounded by mountains of old documents, landslides of certificates, licenses, and forms he could never hope to complete. To console himself, he read fairy tales, which he adored. "Ah, yes," Fibbitch cleared his throat. "In regard to the drumming out of town, the town band has only one drum, currently in disrepair." "Stop nitpicking, you wretched mole!" cried Sharpnack. "Who needs drums?" The town clerk peered through his spectacles, indeed like an apologetic mole. "Chief councillor, I only meant to say we can't put her out of town." "You defend her?" exclaimed Sharpnack. "How dare you? Be silent." Fibbitch, despite the chief councillor's gimlet eyes boring in on him, held his ground and persisted. "We can't put her out of town, for one thing, because she doesn't live in town. Her wagon's beyond the municipal limits. It's true her father was a gypsy, but he's long gone, who knows where. You've all seen the register. You know she was born here. Her mother was a townswoman. So she's a citizen. Halfway, at any rate." "It complicates the issue, you see," Fibbitch continued. "Furthermore, she hasn't broken any laws." "Then pass one she can break." Mr. Podskalny rounded on the mayor. "Do something. Be decisive for once, Pumper. Stop dithering.